everybody? You already know we have an introduction. Arnold, do me a favor, my friend.
And your host, Pete Simonetti. Welcome to Hot Balls.
That's hot. Guys, you know what? I started this thing. The room was warm. And,
my balls was hot.
Facts. My balls was hot. So you got to do me a favor before the show starts. And,
Hold my balls.
Okay. There he is. There he is. Hold my balls. All right. What is going on, everybody? And welcome to the one, the only Hot Balls. Hot balls, folks. Okay? Because there is nothing else. You got to have hot balls when you're talking about the Yankees. If you don't, then you're a woman. I mean, that's all there is. That's all there is to it. So let's see who we got in the chat. To jump right into it, we got Hayden. How you doing? Mr. Gillis, how are you? Medina, my guy. DJ Steels, what's going on? Sunil, how you doing? Hirsch, my guy. Joshua Marrero, Mark Ferrero, how you doing? Jonathan Ampero, what's going on? JC, how you doing? JC, D-Rod, what up? Michael Parker, how you doing? How you doing? Zach Brownish, what's going on? I always want to call you Zach Brown shit. I don't know why, but I just do. Kenny Rogers, what's going on, fam? Fritty Fritz, how you doing? Rod Thompson, we got fam in the house. Mitchell Fernandez, how you doing, Mitchell? How you doing? Joey and Nelly, what's goody tutus? What's goody tutu? Sean, how you doing? Marco, how you doing? Anthony Garcia, my guy. Michael Osborne. I don't know, it might be related to Ozzy Osbourne. Motherfucker biting heads off bats. I don't know what's going on. Marco, you got to be able to tell I'm doing fan-friggin-tastic. I'm so ready to rock and roll today, guys. I'm so ready. I'm just ready for life in general. I'm pumped up. I'm excited. I'm ready to just have an amazing time, okay? How they hanging? Oh, they're hanging and they're hot. Let me tell you right now, okay? Will Starr, how you doing? Nate, my guy. Guys, before we jump in, you already know, we don't have the link for the event yet, but April 1st is indeed confirmed. NyynewsTV Day 2, also known as NyynewsTV numero dos. Okay? Numero dos. All right? But we doing it up. However you say the name. I know DJ Steels gives me shit. Audi box, your sister's tit box. That's the box that we're in. We got the little sweet John going on. We eating steak. Sushi, I thought you was a bacala guy. What are you doing eating sushi? But we in there April 1st, baby. Let's go. The link is going to be ready. We even got the price dropped down. The price was $190. We said, oh, wait a second. Come on. Can we work the price a little more? They brought it down to $170. Folks, could be Rodon's first start. But either way, it's game 2 of the season. We got game season live, then game 2 in person? Come on, stop it. You know. The Hot Balls is ready to rock and roll today. So, guys, on today's agenda, we're going to be talking about the front office. And my friend, Michael K., is doing a lot of defending of Brian Cashman. Let me tell you something right now. K's acting like this has nothing to do with Brian Cashman's current performance. And I am here to tell you guys, yes, it does. Yes, it does. I'm going to tell you why. We're going to get into it very, very soon. And we're also going to get into the last one, which is Brian Reynolds and why I believe the Yankees are going to land Brian Reynolds. I got a feeling I've been told here, this is all opinion. I think the Yankees are working on Reynolds. I think they've been working on Reynolds for a while. And I do think the Yankees are going to loosen up on one of those names to land Brian Reynolds. I don't know why. I just got a feeling. But we're going to talk about that as the last topic for today. But first, I got to say, guys, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Smash that like button like you never smashed it before. Like I said before, do the like button. Pull a Domingo Herman on that like button. Slap the shit out of it. Do a Dana White. Whatever you got to do, hit that damn like button, okay? We got 40 likes in this John. We need way more than that. But I'm going to sit back. I'm going to relax. And we are going to get into topic number 1. We're going to talk about each guy individual. But let's go ahead and get into topic number 1. The first topic on the agenda today, as I have just disappeared. So you know what? Let's switch this back over because dumbass Pete didn't put my face on each and every one of them. So we're going to stick right here. Rusty. I'm rusty. This is what happens when you take a couple of days off. That's why I can't do it. All right. So forget that. Forget that. Can we edit that out? Oh, no, we're live because that's how I do shit. Okay? I don't need to do the editing and all that bullshit. I do it live. We'll do it live. All right? So, no, let's get into Brian Sabean, guys. When the Yankees announced this, I think a lot of fans who have been begging the Yankees to not necessarily go old school, so to say, but to have another voice of reason around Brian Cashman. So when Brian Sabean came in, the first thing I thought about was this. This is very, very good news for the direction of the New York Yankees. Brian Sabean has been there and done it. Brian Sabean has worked under George Steinbrenner. He came up under George. He knows what that's like. He went on to be extremely successful as a general manager. He also drafted Brian Reynolds. I just leave that out there. Low-hanging fruit. You're picking the grapes. We're picking grapes, round circular balls. Maybe you got to scratch. You grab a ball. I don't know, but it's low-hanging fruit. He drafted Brian Reynolds. My man Chris Hogan says, can the season just start already? Pump to see as many game season lives as I can. Let's pump these legs up, baby. Quest for 28. You're damn right, my man. You're damn right. But he has the come up under George Steinbrenner. And guys, for years I've been saying this now. You've been following NyynewsTV. You'll know. All of last year, even before when I had the Simonetti sauce, you guys know. This is something I've talked about for a long time, that the New York Yankees need to throw Fishman in the Hudson. Let him go swim. Dump him over the bridge. Flip him right over. That's all you got to do. Flip his ass over and you're good to go. The Yankees do not need, so let me just clarify. The Yankees do not need to get rid of analytics, but what I like that Sabean said, and what also new hire today, Omar Minaya also said, there needs to be a human element. You've heard my interviews with Kevin Kernan, who predicted this was going to happen. So I give Kevin Kernan all the credit in the world, and it's why he's one of the only writers I ever want on my show, because Kevin Kernan is going to give you the truth. It's that simple. And Kevin Kernan did that. Guys, we are about 37 likes away from 100. Smash that like button. Kevin Kernan said you are going to see a return from some of the older baseball heads in baseball coming back. Teams are going to be bringing them back into fold because they know the game has gotten far too analytical. We heard Derek Jeter talk about this, and he broke it down easy. It's just got far too analytical. And even Jeter said, people attacked him. Jeter said nothing wrong. He said what I've been saying for years. You got to have a balance. Analytics are good. There is nothing wrong with analytics. But you got to have a balance. You can't close your eyes and simply say, I'm going to look at my computer screen and put a team together and it's going to win. Can you have enough evidence to say maybe this guy's a good fit compared to somebody else? Yeah, of course. Those are numbers. It's like looking at average and this and that. You just got more to look at, but it cannot manage the game. You got to have a balance. And the one thing I love about Brian Sabean is that Sabean's a guy about numbers too, but he had the human element. It worked for him It worked for him in San Francisco, a 3-time World Series champion. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to clap at Michael Kay today. I'm going to talk about that after we talk about Omar Minaya, and we'll get into everything else. So speaking of Omar Minaya, former Mets GM, one of the best minds, especially when it comes to Latin American players, always does a great job. And let me just tell you, as an overall baseball mind, the Yankees have added 2 All-Stars to the front office. I mean, legitimate All-Stars. You can knock Minaya about his time with the Mets. You could say whatever you want. He also had shit ownership. Give Omar Minaya, who the Mets have right now, and Steve Cohen, and I think you'll see a different type of Omar Minaya. But Omar Minaya is a legitimate baseball mind. Omar Minaya is a guy who I also feel is a lot like Brian Sabian, because he said it today too. The analytics stuff is great, but you need the human elements. Here's where I disagree with Michael Kay. Michael Kay today on his show, and I only saw clippets, so again, if there was more content behind this, I apologize. I had no time to watch the full thing, but he was going pretty hard at people saying this has something to do with Brian Cashman. And I'm sorry, if you can't see this and say this is obviously the New York Yankees saying the deal, it is what it is. This is the Yankees saying there's pressure on his back. This is the New York Yankees right now saying, hey, look, we locked you in on a 4-year deal. I hear people making that an excuse. Oh, it can't be about Cashman. They just locked him in long term. What does that mean? What does that got to do with it? A guy can't be fired after 1 year? A guy can't be fired after 2 of a 4-year contract? Of course he can. The Yankees have no reason, if they want to, next year to say, hey, look, I gave you another opportunity. That's it. You're done. Time to move on. It hasn't worked. The Yankees can fire him in a heartbeat, but here's the difference. We talked about this a lot in the offseason. If the Yankees got rid of Brian Cashman, who would they have brought in? Well, we were naming names. We know that my guy, Jim Hendry's a part of the Yankees front office. He's a former GM with the Cubs. And he's one of the best Major League Baseball storytellers. That's what Kevin Kernan always spoke high about him. He's a great storyteller. He's a good guy to have in the organization. But for Michael Kay to say this has nothing to do with Cashman, I'm sorry, I disagree. This is not a coincidence. This is the Yankees, and I believe Hal Steinbrenner is saying, do your job. Do your job and listen to these guys. These guys are going to be brought in to give me advice, one, and you advice. And we're going to listen to them. They're a part of the team. I don't care because somebody messaged me to, oh, they're good friends. I don't care if they're good. That doesn't mean they got to be enemies. They could be good friends, but don't see that that's not a threat. And for Michael Kay to come out and defend it so much that this has nothing to do with it, to me, is pure insanity. And that's why some people say, look, you're being a company man. Because that is a company man thing to do. Let me defend a guy that's been in charge and hasn't done the job. It's that simple. Sabian's in there. Sabian drafted Brian Reynolds. Minaya comes in. He's been the former GM. Took the Mets almost all the way to the World Series. These are known baseball people. Fishman is being seen the door. Steinbrenner's listening. I don't know if he's sitting in his house one day hearing me call Little Stein. Grow some balls. You're the boss. I don't know if he's listening. But by some of the moves he's making, it makes me feel like he is a little bit. It makes me feel like he is a little bit. Hirsch with a great comment. Sabian and Minaya are the 2 best consiglieri since Medina and Hirsch. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. This is good news for people like me, for fans like you who want these guys to be held accountable and simply sit back and go, guys, but we're headed down the wrong path here. Why are the Yankees not doing what any smart baseball team would do? And that's going to lead us into Brian Reynolds here any minute. But just to summarize this, I think people need to understand that this indeed does have to do with Brian Cashman. Don't let anybody tell you no, it doesn't. Yes, it does. There's no denying it. That this is a power move to say, look, we have your replacements. We have your replacements. We have your guys. We have them. We have guys who are comfortable saying, run the organization, become the GM. They're here now. Fishman, all the nerds, it has not worked. We got to figure out a way to have a balance here. We're putting too much emphasis on one side. The fans can see it. Players can see. A-Rod has been calling this out for a minute now. And even Alex Rodriguez has come out and said, this makes a ton of sense for the Yankees. Adding Manaea and also adding Brian Sabian. Makes all the sense in the world. And I really think we are going to see a difference. And it's one of the reasons why I think that there's a possibility that Brian Reynolds ends up a Yankee. And I'm going to discuss that here after I read a super chat from my guy, Rod Thompson. So Ra with the super chat says, I would love to be a fly on the wall. Listen to the Sabian and Manaea school Mike Fishman on how to properly evaluate talent. Cashman needs these two around him to keep him honest in his management. No doubt about it, man. No question. No question at all. It just makes far too much sense. It's great moves by the Yankees. They got an all-star front office, and they still have time. But guys, the reason I'm bringing up Brian Reynolds again, and the reason I want to talk about Brian Reynolds, there's two different situations I want to discuss. One, the rumor is, and I believe Jack Curry did also say this tonight, that the Pirates, if they were to do a deal with the Yankees, they must have either one of Volpe, Peraza, or Jason Dominguez. Guys, prospect lists are dropping like flies right now. They're all over the place. Spencer Jones on a lot of these lists has moved ahead of Jason Dominguez. Me and Dane spoke to a scout today, or Dane has, and Dane relayed the message. We're going to have some stuff coming up with Dane here soon. And he told Dane flat out, after Dane had the conversation with him, Dane even told him, Pete, put Dominguez in that deal and get him. The stuff we're hearing about Spencer Jones is phenomenal. That's how good they believe this kid is. There is people that think Spencer Jones will be up this year. There's people that think he's going to have a quick push to Double-A. That's how good people think Spencer Jones is. And I'm going to get into a little more about why and 100%. If somebody came to me and go, Pete, you got to trade Dominguez for him, 100%. You do it. You do it. I'm sorry, you do it. And again, here's the problem with Yankee prospects and the world that we live in today. People get this mindset, right? That they only really see what is shown. They don't get into the nitty-gritty and what actually happened. Before, and again, here's another thing. People think like, oh my God, you're saying something, you're discussing a con instead of always the pros about the minor league guys, a Jason Dominguez. Once you start talking about the cons, people don't like it. People get, oh my God, you don't like this guy. No, I hope if the Yankees keep him, I hope he's phenomenal. I hope he's great. But there are cons on Jason Dominguez. The one thing that a lot of people talk about immediately off the bat is his body type. His body type also concerns me too. Now, to his credit, it is a known fact he is a very hard worker. He slimmed down quite a bit And a lot of people believe he got some of his speed back, and even his range has come back a little more. Now, nobody believes he's a center fielder anymore. They believe he's either a left fielder or a right fielder moving forward, and we'll see what happens there. But he worked a lot with Harrison Bader in Double-A, and what really saved Dominguez's season is how well he played in the Double-A playoffs, because he just went off, and he led them to a championship. Jason Dominguez is built like a tank. He's 5'10", and a lot of people just think he's going to grow even more into his body. He's about to turn 20 years old. That's where some of the concern just in body type is, and that is something that scouts do talk about. It reminds me a lot of Gary Sanchez. Now, here's the big difference. Coming up, you heard a lot of negative things about Gary, and I tried to warn people about this years ago. There was attitude issues. There was work ethic issues that the Yankees didn't like, but his bat took him as far as he could go. You don't hear that about Dominguez, so I'm going to pat him on the back there. You never hear about a bad attitude. You never hear about his work ethic. You don't hear about those things. Here's the thing about Jason Dominguez that I need people to understand, though. In a short sample size, very, very small sample size in Double-A besides the postseason, Dominguez didn't play well. He had only 109 in Double-A. He went on to the postseason and smacked the shit out the ball, no doubt about it. He also did well in High A. The Arizona Fall League, this is after the postseason of where he was phenomenal. The Arizona Fall League really has a lot of your elite talent going there to play ball. Jason Dominguez hit 159 in that league. Now, what does this mean? It could mean jack shit. It could mean nothing. It could just be that Dominguez struggled for the 69 at-bats he had in the Arizona Fall League. That's it. It could just be that. Or it could be more of a sign that maybe Dominguez is not how great as some people say. And on top of that, the way the guy is talked about being a phenom, at 19 years old, Manny Machado was in the majors. Soto was in the majors. Harper was in the majors. They compared the guy to Mike Trout. He was in the majors. So again, just so people understand, because whenever you talk about what could be potential cons instead of the pros, people want to act like, oh, you don't like the guy. I love Jason Dominguez. I love Dominguez. But do you know what I love even more? The opportunity to win right now. And with Spencer Jones coming on and scouts being in love with this kid. And by the way, 6'7", lean body, super speed. Everyone expects him to last in center field. Had Tommy John surgery, velocity coming back on the arm. And his defense overall. He's really that close as some people say, some scouts believe. How many of these young players are you going to have on this team? Jack Curry even said today there's potential that the Yankees are loosening up on the idea of dealing one of those guys in a Reynolds deal. I believe, and I said this before, go back on my videos. I don't believe Jason Dominguez has ever been offered yet for Brian Reynolds. I don't think he's ever been offered yet for Brian Reynolds, because I believe the moment he is, you're going to see a deal come together very quickly. I've spoken about this. If you can sit there and if you're the Pirates, forget the Yankees, because it has to hurt, guys. Don't listen to people like L.I. Yankee King and other people who bring out these bullshit ideas. Oh, let's trade with the Pirates and let's give them Aaron Hicks. Guys, it does not work that way. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work. It gotta hurt. You gotta give it up. You gotta say, this hurts and that's good. It should hurt. It should be a tough trade to make. But those trades a lot of times leads you to the promised land. And that's the World Series. So if I'm the Yankees and I say, or if I'm the Pirates here, listen to me for a second. Right now, O'Neal Cruz could probably stay as your shortstop for a little while because you don't have to necessarily force him out of there. I think eventually he'll be in the outfield. Eventually. But if you're the Pirates and you go, we want starting pitching and we want one big name at least and we can add some starters in there. If the New York Yankees come out and go, we'll offer Dominguez, but we may only do 2 other guys after that. We're not going to go crazy with this deal. And let's say the Pirates go, or the Yankees say, you can have 2 of Luis Gil, Clark Schmidt, Luis Gil, Clark Schmidt. Why am I drawing a blank here? Oh my, Yendrys Gomez or Clayton Beeter. You can have 2 of those guys too. And let's say they go give us Clark and Gil or whoever 2 they choose. That's 2 starting pitchers. If you go with the higher ranked guys, if you go with those guys, folks, if you're the Pirates, I could sell that to my fan base all day long. Will Warren, Clayton Beeter, it doesn't matter who it is. Domingo Germán, I could sell that to my fan base easy. Hey, Pirates fans, today we acquired who will now be one of our top prospects, if not our top prospect in Major League Baseball. And that is Jason Dominguez. We think this kid, along with O'Neal Cruz, along with Ke'Bryan Hayes, along with Nick Gonzalez, along with Peguero, all of these guys coming up, is a core like we have never had before. And on top of that, we also added 2 guys who we feel immediately are going to impact our starting rotation. As a Pirates fan, you cannot be upset about that deal. And as a Yankee fan, look, guys, you also can't be mad at that deal. You might be in love with Jason Dominguez, and that is okay. Love your prospects. But that is a hell of a thing to do. That is a very, very smart deal on both sides. Very smart deal on both sides. And you do it. If you're the Yankees, you do it 100 times out of 100 times. You have to. You got no choice but to do that. You got no choice but to do it. Gotta give something to get something. That's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. Gotta give something to get something. And let's flip over to this screen here because I want to bring this up. And a matter of fact, if you disagree with that, do me a favor and
Hold my balls. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's pull this up. There you go. There you go. That's what our defensive alignment is looking like right now. Now, this has not changed, and we know it. And this is the way I'm breaking it down because if DJ LeMahieu is healthy, he's playing third base. I don't give a poot what you do with Josh Donaldson. If DJ LeMahieu is healthy and the Yankees do not trade Gleyber Torres, DJ LeMahieu is your third baseman. That's simple. It's that simple. I don't want to hear it. But think about what they got right here. Trevino, catcher. Rizzo, first base. Second base, Gleyber Torres. Third base, DJ LeMahieu is what I would do if he's healthy. Shortstop, Oswald Peraza. And there's another good thing I want to talk about that Jack Curry said today. Left field, Oswaldo Cabrera. Center field, Harrison Bader. Right field, Aaron Judge, DHG, and Carlos Stanton. Jack Curry said today, exactly what I was telling you guys too, is that Anthony Volpe did not perform well in AAA. He believes that the Yankees, with their best case scenario, is that Peraza is the shortstop for the Yankees, and I believe he will be too. There's even more rumors now that the Yankees are starting to recognize that Volpe's probably going to become the second baseman. So that's the first time we've started to hear it come from the actual Yankees and people in the organization, that they believe that Volpe is more of a second baseman than a shortstop. With that being said, if you add Brian Reynolds as that left fielder, guys, this changes a lot of things for me. I could really, really go into the year and be super duper excited about the Spank! Thanks, Spank! Like the fucking video. Would you do me a favor? Like that video because...
My balls was hot.
Like it. My balls is hot. I mean, come on. What's better than that? Like the video. But if you had Brian Reynolds in that team, man, batting ahead of Aaron Judge, maybe LeMahieu, Reynolds, Judge, Rizzo, I like it a lot more. I like it a lot more, man. I like that a lot more. That is, I like that a lot more, man. I like that a lot more. I'm excited about the Yankees doing something like that. And again, I just want people to recognize too, because I got a couple of questions about Spencer Jones. There are Baseball Prospectus, I think Baseball America maybe today. There's a few, all the prospect lists are dropping right now. A lot of the lists got Spencer Jones ahead of Dominguez. Spencer Jones is ranked on a lot of lists. The Yankees' number 3 prospect. Behind Volpe and Peraza. That's how high scouts are on Spencer Jones. And I'm telling you guys, you're going to hear us talk a lot about Spencer Jones this year. I'm hype about this kid. Everything I've heard about him is absolutely fantastic. The people that I speak to have literally messaged me and said, Pete, this kid's a can't miss. Like this kid is elite. Elite. So I'm excited to see what he does this year. Big Sexy Yankee with the super duper chat. If Volpe's the second baseman, that means Torres, get the fuck out. Yeah, I mean, I can still see the Yankees trading Torres. Matter of fact, speaking of Gleyber Torres, there was an article written today about potentially Gleyber Torres to the Chicago White Sox. And I know that's been a rumor we've also talked about a lot. I don't really see the match. I personally don't really see the match, but we'll see. We'll see what the Yankees end up doing there and if that even happens. We'll see if something like that even happens. Jones needs to see a lot more pro pitching before he goes to the majors, of course, and he's going to do that this year. But look, man, if a guy's ready to rock and roll, he's ready to rock and roll, man. Spencer Jones, remember, this is a college player. You know what I mean? This is a college player. It's a college player, so it could be something that they really would like to do. Or hasn't seen that not happen before. A guy that's went through the college ranks and flies through the system. We've seen that happen before. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me pull something up here. We are at 106 likes, over 250 in here right now. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. So let's go ahead and get to some of your questions. So guys, feel free to throw some questions in there. We'll spend some more time together, and then we will wrap up this episode of Hot Balls. We need DJ to stay healthy, Mike P. I agree. DJ LeMahieu is extremely important for the New York Yankees. Andrew Vaughn for Gleyber. Yeah, I was looking at that roster. There's a couple of things there that could make a little bit of sense, but I could definitely see it happening. I mean, the White Sox need a second baseman. Pete, what are the chances of a Subway Series? I would say as good as a chance as any other matchup, right? Both very good teams. I mean, the Yankees, I think, do more. I really got a feeling. I don't know why, man. I think the Yankees land Reynolds. I do. I think they've been waiting on this for a long time. I think the Yankees been working on this for a minute. And I think eventually this is what the Yankees are working on. Look, if the Yankees weren't working on something bigger and they knew that there wasn't a potential match, I believe somebody like Max Kepler would have been a Yankee already. He's not going to cost a lot. There was somebody, I forgot, I don't know if it was a troll account. I don't know what it was. Somebody sent me something that was like, they're waiting on a top 10 Yankee prospect. For what? For Kepler? You guys are replacing Kepler yourself. You can't ask for a top 10 prospect. He ain't worth it. And I think Kepler will be better in this year with the shift being gone, but he ain't worth a top 10 prospect. I'm sorry. He's not. He's not. You know what I mean? He's worth maybe a major league swap, something like that, but he's not worth a top prospect. Anthony Santander would be an awesome deal. I would love that. Got a super chat from Big Sexy Yankee. Thank you so much for the super dupas. Cash really going to pass on a World Series chip for prospects. He's done it before. That's why I'm hoping that maybe Sabian and Manaea come in and they go, guys, look, no. Go for it, man. And then it's good that there's the Brian Sabian Reynolds connection already. If you guys didn't know, Brian Sabian drafted Brian Reynolds. So, if this guy is now somewhat of your right-hand man or he's involved in conversations of what the team should do, I believe if there's dialogue around, maybe we'll trade this guy, maybe we'll trade that guy, give up the prospects and go for it. What are we waiting for? Here's the thing the Yankees got to remember. Aaron Judge is a year older. Garrett Cole is a year older. Stanton's a year older. Anthony Rizzo's a year older. It keeps going up. Anonymous, he dropped because he had surgery on his arm, Tommy John surgery. That's the only reason he dropped, unless he would have been a top 10, top 15 pick. But that's, you know what I mean? That's the thing. No more trades for Oakland pitchers. I agree with that. Doctor, I think Gallo is in Chi-Town. Gallo is in Minnesota. He went to Minnesota. Trade Torres to the Marlins for Pablo Lopez. I'm not doing that deal no more. What if the Pirates want Spencer Jones? No. Not from what I heard about Spencer Jones, with how close he is. I wouldn't necessarily do that one. I don't think the Yankees would either. I think for Dominguez, they'll do it, but apparently they want one of those three, and Jones wasn't one of the names. It was Volpe, Peraza, or Jason Dominguez, and I think the Yankees might loosen up on Dominguez. Best thing about Sabian, he knows how to identify, scout, and develop pitching, both starters and relievers. Very, very true, Hirsch. Very, very true. Very, very true. Spanky just received a vote for Speaker of the House. Very, very nice. Spanky, you heard that? Speaker of the House, Spanky? I like it. He's probably going to tell you to like the effing video. This guy's a scumbag sometimes. I get it. Come on, Spank. Come on, Spank. Thoughts on McCarthy possible being better than Reynolds in a few years? I don't necessarily see that. Man. Look, a lot of people downplay how good Brian Reynolds is. I hear that a lot. There's a lot of downplaying on Brian Reynolds for whatever reason. I don't know why, but there's a lot of downplaying on Brian Reynolds. And a lot of what you hear is, his average was a little low, or this wasn't where it needed to be. What you guys got to do is put it all in the context. One, he's a switch hitter. That meaning hits will likely rob from him due to the shift. 1. 2, he got off to a horrible start and really turned it on later in the year. 2 months, he was really bad. He really turned it on. And got it going. Okay? And 3, you got to recognize he's in the Pirates lineup. He's the man. A lot of times when you're in a man in the lineup, you might try a little too hard. I think Brian Reynolds might have been trying a little bit too much. You put Brian Reynolds in the Yankees, and he's just another guy. You know what I mean? It's Aaron Judge's team. Everybody knows that. Aaron Judge, Big G, Anthony Rizzo. These are the guys we're expecting to hit the long ball. These are the guys we're expecting to drive those runs in. Brian Reynolds then becomes the guy to say, hey, dude, do me a favor. Get on base for me. Go first to third for me. Go second to third for me. Hit a ball in the gap. Go first to home for me. Let's drive you in. If you pop 20 plus homers, congratulations. That is awesome. But keep doing it. That is what we need from you. That's a big difference. Pete Simonetti for Speaker. Let's go. Hold my balls. Facts on facts on facts.
Hold my balls.
Facts. L.I. Yankee King with the big super duper chat. L.I. says, L.I., should I be scared to read this? Don't fuck with me today, please. This is hot balls time. My balls is hot. All right? What do you do this trade? I'm always scared. Okay. Reynolds. All right. Yankees get Reynolds. Pirates get Dominguez. Bader. I'm assuming he's talking about Beater. Wells. No, you don't have to do that much. And it will cost us Brandon No. No, why do you got to be extra, fam? Why do you always got to be extra? You got to be extra for no reason. Why do you got to add so many more guys and money and this and that? How about you just make the fucking trade? Make the trade. Let me rephrase this for you. Yankees get Dominguez, Pete, would this be a good trade? Yankees get Reynolds. Pirates gets Dominguez, Beater, and Warren. Yes, good deal. But you gotta go extra. I don't know why you gotta go extra, but you gotta go extra. So do me a favor and
Hold my balls.
Thank you. But that's along the lines. But I don't know why you gotta go extra. I have no idea why you gotta go extra. No idea why you gotta go extra. Let me double check something real quick. I got something in my group here. We need Spanky on April 1st. Mark, we're going to double check on Spanky. But again, guys, so anybody who does not know, let me get this pulled up again. I want to announce it. Again, I want to keep talking about it so everybody is aware of what we are doing. I closed the deal today with my representative from the Yankees, and we have the Audi, whatever the hell it is, Audi box for April 1st at Yankee Stadium, NyynewsTV Day Part 2. Here's what you get in that deal. Indoor seating in the climate-controlled Audi Yankees Club located on the SAP suite level. All-inclusive 5-star dining experience, rotating menu of sushi, steak, fish, salad, pasta, desserts, and non-alcoholic beverages. Assigned seats along the glassed windows of the club. And the club opens 90 minutes prior to first pitch, and food is available through the 7th inning. So all your food that day is covered. I mean, really, it's a 4 o'clock game, 90 minutes before, all the way till the 7th inning, all the food you want. And the ticket price is $170. We got to drop from $190 to $170. We should have an after party at a nightclub. Sign me up. Your boy always ready to go. We'll go uptown. I don't care. Uptown, downtown, left town, right town. We'll go to your mother's house. We could have a party over there. Have a party anywhere. I'm ready to rock and roll, baby. You guys already know the deal. But the link is going to be available soon. When it is, I'll get the hype video out. I'll get the link out to everybody, because here's what you got to remember. This is the difference from last year and this year. Last year, we did over 100 tickets. This year, we are limited right now to 100. He did tell me we could likely get a little more than that. So we could probably add maybe 105, 110. I don't know. But he did commit to me, if we need more, we can get more. So we can definitely do that. We can definitely do that and figure that out. So make sure when that's ready to go, get ready to get that ticket. Get it as soon as you can. And we are going to rock and roll, because you got to remember, our team is already, with wives and stuff like that, 12, 13, 14 people. So that ticket amount already drops down a little bit. So you guys already know the dealio. But there has been no other updates, really. Jack Curry, of course, dropped some nuggets for everybody today. But other than that, there hasn't been too much. Let me see. Give me 1 second, guys. Let's see. I'm just trying to see if we have any other updates. Do we have any other updates today? I have nothing on my end in messages. Nothing here. I think we're good to rock and roll, fam. I think that's it for us today, sadly. Jack Curry did get his Twitter back, yes. Did I just say April 3rd? It's April 1st if I said April 3rd. My bad. April 1st. So the good thing is I'm expected to see a lot more of you guys. I'm excited about that, man. I'm absolutely excited to see more of you. I haven't met everybody here, so hopefully I get to meet a lot more of you. And, of course, meet the people that came last time again. Medina, Hirsch, a lot of you guys in here who showed up. Jonathan Alvarez. A few of you guys who are going to show up this time, so that's going to be exciting. So anyway, guys, what about Ian Happ wouldn't be a bad announcer for the Yankees. Anthony Garcia, my guy, says he can't wait to go. I can't wait either. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get ready to wrap up Hot Balls for today. Again, you guys already know the deal. If anything breaks, I'll be right here. If anything breaks, I will be right here. You guys already know the deal. 100% of the time, news breaks, your boy's going to be here, ready to rock and roll, ready to put it down for you and let you know what's going on. So, Hap gave the seal of approval over the Ortega signing. The Ortega signing was a little under the radar. I like it. May we see Simonetti Source on ESPN Radio. ESPN? Bringing me in? Never. ESPN wouldn't touch me, okay? Never. ESPN wouldn't touch me. No way in hell. No way in hell. With that being said, I'm going to wrap this up today. It has been another beautiful episode of Hot Balls. Guys, you already know, man. Me and the fiance were talking about it earlier. I am so damn excited for 2023. I am so excited for what we have going on. My goodness, guys, this year is going to be phenomenal. Trust me, guys. Stay tuned. We got so much stuff coming for you guys. And for one last time tonight, do me a favor and...
Hold my balls. Okay.
Yes! Hold my balls. This has been another episode of NYY News TV Hot Balls. Until next time, guys. Adios. I'm out. Talk to you again very, very soon.
Before it hits the front page,